My name's Liz. I'm a mother of 4, grandmother of 4. I used to be a teacher and now I'm a storyteller and a singer. I'm Jewish. I was born into the Orthodox Judaism and now I'm practicing Reform. Oh, that's a difficult one really, but it's to repair the world, that we should do no harm and we should make the world better, and that everything we do is to make the world a better place, and that we should look after each other within it. No, I think all strands of Judaism have this idea of chesed, love and kindness. I think maybe the Reform emphasise the natural world, repairing the natural world more than the Orthodox, but the whole point is repairing the world, making it a more perfect place for all of us to live in. That means everybody in the world and everything in the world. Well, our sacred text is the Torah, and that was given on Mount Sinai, and the most important story is the Exodus, of when Moses led the children of Israel out of slavery into freedom, and we celebrate that every year with a festival of Pesach, Passover, and when we say thank you to Hashem, to God, for allowing us out of slavery, bringing us out, not allowing us, bringing us out of slavery into freedom, and then giving us the Torah. Well, the Torah is the basic way that we live. Everything that I do is governed by what's written within the Torah. There are 613 commandments, some positive, some negative, and I live my life according to that. So it absolutely shapes my life. It makes me the person I am, makes me do mitzvot, which are commandments, but in this context means good deeds. I know that God is within everything that's on this world. That every single person, every single animal, every single tree and stone has the spark of Hashem within them. And it's for us then to when we are trying to repair the world, is to get those sparks going back to God. Oh, such difficult questions. Why do I believe this to be true? Because it's something that I was brought up in originally. I was born a Jew to Jewish parents, to Jewish grandparents, to Jewish great-grandparents. We've been Orthodox all the way back as far as we can, and we've always followed Judaism, and we've always followed the Torah, and the Torah tells us the most important thing in the Torah, and I have to change the name of God in Hebrew because, as I said before, we're not allowed to say God's name, so now I'm saying it to you. We say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And this is a basic tenet that we say morning and evening. And I feel very strongly the presence of Hashem within my life. I got married in Cathedral Road Synagogue in Cardiff. And the chuppah, the wedding canopy, which is a canopy with 4 posts, was set in the central of the shul of the synagogue. But before I got there, my husband-to-be had to come and see me in the outer, I suppose, vestry, you'd say, and lift up my veil to check that it was me. According to tradition, this is because Jacob married the wrong sister. He married Leah, and then had to work another 7 years to marry the right sister, Rachel. So the tradition is now that the groom comes and lifts up the veil to check that it's the right one that he's marrying, and then the veil goes down and he goes off to wait at the chuppah, and with his father and my father, and then the 2 mothers, but sometimes take the bride down, but in my case we had it with my father taking me down to the chuppah. You walk round the groom 7 times within the chuppah to bind him, as part of the ceremony, so that he is now bound to the woman. We stand side by side, and the rabbi then says the blessings, and he makes 7 blessings over the bride and groom. But and each time a blessing is completed, the wine is given first to the groom and then to the bride, but by the male side to the groom and by the female side to the bride, you know, so the veil is lifted and the wine is sipped underneath. Just at the very end of the ceremony, a glass is placed on the floor, and the groom stamps on it to break it, and everybody shouts Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov means congratulations, but the glass is to remember the destruction of the temple, and so that within our joy of being married and under this house that the canopy, the chuppah, is, that we remember the greater house, the house of Hashem, the house of God, that was destroyed. So there's always that little sadness within it, like every marriage has a little tinge of sadness, but it ends up with the joy of shouting Mazel Tov. Right, it was, like any bride, it was very nerve-wracking, even though I knew I didn't have to say anything. Just the fact that, you know, was I going to get it right? Was I going to sip the wine right? You know, were we going to trip over anything, you know, going round or whatever? But you're standing there under the chuppah, listening to the rabbi talking about marriage, under this chuppah, which means the ideal home that you're going to build together, and you really feel a sense of spiritualness, you know, of the sanctity of marriage.